Today in Godot 4, we're going to be going over the static body node and the animatable body node. Let's get into this. Okay, in this scene we have a standard setup with a character body with a default script attached, the default code. I also have an environment setup with a collider. Let's go ahead and add a static body. 2D. Let's go ahead and move this over here. And let's add a collision shape. 2D. Let's make this a rectangular shape. Let's go ahead and add a sprite. 2D. Will we use the icon for displaying it? I'm going to go ahead and make the collider match with the appropriate size. Then I'll just shrink this down. The static body cannot be moved, so it's great for using like walls. So let's just run into it with my character. It can't go anywhere. If I jump up on it, it stays. Good. But static bodies also have another use. I'll go ahead and move this down a little bit. Makes it a little easier. But if I go over to the side, you can use constant linear velocity. I'm just going to go ahead and just increase this value by, let's say, 50. Start it up again. Now when I jump on it, it moves my character for me. And that's not even me moving it. It just will apply a force to it constantly. If we look at the collision shape, we can also look at one-way collisions. I'm going to move this up and turn on one-way collisions. And you can see this is at head height. It should block it if it was turned off, but since it's turned on, it should not. There we go. And if I jump, try this again, move it down to right about here. So I go through it, jump, and there we go. I still have the constant force applied. But I land on it, and it moves me. Cool. Well, let's say I wanted to have this static body move. There is one way I can do this. Let's add a path 2D. Create. Add a follower. So path follow 2D. Let's go ahead and select the path 2D again. And in the right hand corner, you can select add point. And make sure that's selected. 1, 2. Okay. Now, you cannot just directly attach static body to make it a child of because it will not work. For documentation, you have to manually move the transform itself, which we will do by adding another node called remote transform 2D and then assigning it to that position. There we go. But if we look at the remote transform, you see the update, we do not want to update the scale because that changes the scale, and we do not want to update the rotation because we want to keep it upright. Let's go ahead and scale this back down. And we'll go ahead and move this whole scale down. There, moved it down. But we also need to have the path follow progress ratio to increase and go back and forth. Let's add another animation player. Create. And we'll go ahead and go down here to animations and we'll create new animation. We'll call this level animation. And we'll select the path follow. On a progress ratio, we'll select at 0. We'll have the key there and hit create. And then we'll go towards 1 second mark and we'll change this key to 1 and select again. Create the second key. And we'll change the animation looping to back and forth. And we'll make sure we select the autoplay on load. Let's see how it looks when it plays. Well, it seems to be moving. It doesn't seem to quite be sticking to it. Let's use something else. Let's go ahead and hide this. Let's add a animatable body 2D instead. It is still a static body, but this static body moves. Go ahead and add a collision shape 2D. Make it a square. Put this over. And add a sprite 2D. And we'll make sure this is the icon. And shrink. There we go. And make sure this is the right size. The collider. And then we'll select the remote transform and use the animated body 2D. And make sure this collision shape has the one-way collision selected as well. Because if we don't, it will push our character around. See, the animated body 2D actually holds on to the character. Well, if we go down here and go ahead and just turn off the autoplay, if we look at the constant linear velocity, it still has the same properties as the static body. So let's go ahead and just add some values to that. I'm going to say 10 for now. And let's play and see what it does. And see, it moves the character on its own. That's all for this video. If you have any more ideas or suggestions, put in the comments below of what I should do on a tutorial next. Thank you.